Hello, beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. Woo! Here I am out in nature, and I don't know where you guys and girls are and if you're able to get out. And I know when I lived in New York, I'll tell you, I went out in some cold hiking trails in the winter time. So if I could do it, you could do it. And of course, that means bundle up. Starlight doesn't have any winter boots. I gave them away. They were beautiful boots. They were so freaking... 2 boots that I've had, I gave them away. God gives me and then I bless. It's funny, I gather stuff and I give it to somebody else. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing amazing. This video is so important. Some of you might not think it is, but it is. So here we go. Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, don't forget you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, plus give me a thumbs up, and you can also leave a message down below, beep, 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 and you can share my videos with your family, your friends. Don't forget to ring the notification bell, and you can check out my playlist. Plus, you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So today's video, because we're going to be into 2026, so you got to do this. You need to do this before 2026. That means you don't have much time. You don't have much time to do this, but it really, if you do this, you're going to thank yourself later because you did this. As I made a video not too long ago about 2026, but this is about things that you really need to think about doing, because it's going to help your 2026. It's going to give a new energy, a whole fresh start, and it's going to be another beginning all over again. We're going to be going into January, and for 2026. So this video is to help you. I know I made a video a while back saying let's get messy. Well, guess what? Now is the time, is to start cleaning up. Start letting go. A lot of you might have celebrated Christmas and now you got more stuff. Why wait until spring? This is a great time. Even though it's crazy, though, even though, the new year isn't right now. It's actually earlier in the springtime, and I didn't know that until my my mentor told me this years ago, and it makes sense, because that's when everything, is starting fresh, with spring, a new beginning with the plants and all this stuff in the springtime. So, but we kind of celebrate because of the way the calendar is and the way they have it all set up. So, right now is a great time. Do spring cleaning in your house, go through your clothes, get rid of some old clothes that you've been hanging on to, sneakers, get some boxes, get some bags, take, like, when you get time off. I know some of you were just helping out your mom doing this, and so you might not even have to worry about this. At least your mother might not have to worry about doing this because she's already done this. But those of you that have not done this in a long time, that means, like, I love doing this stuff because I love giving things away. I love, here you go, you need this, here, you have a use for this, here, because everything that I've been given, God gave me this. And people are, people a lot of times don't understand this. They think, well, no, Starlight, you worked for that, or, your family gave, no, well, you know what? Who God puts it on people's hearts to give, that job, like when I was working, I am working here for God, but long time ago when I had my business, God helped me to have that business. God helped me build that business. God, my health and everything. So it's God, really. God works in the people, that's where you got those things. Even though people would argue with me about this whole thing, but my journey here is God. I'm telling you, God is the one. And so, but I'm not here to talk about that. Is like when you go in your kitchen, you know, is there stuff? Come on, ladies, guys, in your kitchen. You know, isn't it funny? We hang on to stuff in our kitchen and we're not even using it. When was the last time you used that pan or that bowl or, you know, stuff in your drawers, you know? Is what you need to do is, like, when you have some time off, get a box, drop it in the kitchen on the floor, and just go through, you know, one area at a time. One day, it's the kitchen day. Think of stuff that you don't use anymore. You like it, right? You like it, but let go of it. Let go of it. And it kind of reminds me, you know, like as I'm talking about this, it reminds me, and this is a hard thing for me, is like, if any of you know about plants, is when you have plants, whether it's a vegetable or, I'm trying to think, fruit, or vegetables or fruit, and I'm just going to stay with vegetables and fruit. It's the same kind of thing. Vegetables or fruit, and flowers. So with those three, is that, well, there's other things with vegetables and herbs and trees and all this stuff. So when it comes to plants, okay, when it comes to plants, and it's something like there's plants that need to get pruned at a certain time. And you know, so you always gotta, like the apple tree, you know, when does you know, what kind of apple tree is it? When should it, you know, where are you located? When should that tree get pruned? So it's like you're cutting off of branches that are no longer producing fruit. That way later on it's gonna produce more fruit. So there's pruning that happens, you know, to produce more fruit. You know, like there's different ways of producing more fruit, you know, like on things that you would prune, you know, like roses. There's a time that you gotta cut those, trim those up, and then you get more roses. And then you gotta do the science of what kind of rose is it, where do you live, you know, because if you live in New York, you might have to, you know, prune it, cut it at a different time in New York than you would in the South, you know, having a rose plant. And now, like vegetables, I know, like with squash and tomatoes, when you pull the flowers off, they're so pretty, aren't they? Of course, with squash, those yellow flowers that come out before the fruit comes out, you let those babies grow after, you know, and you could pull them off, put them in your house, rinse them off with a sprayer, you know, clean all the dirt off, let them air dry, like put them on a paper towel, and let them air dry. And man, I'll tell you, you want something delicious, you can, of course, some of you might not be able to do this, some of you, but they are really yummy when you just dip them in some egg and flour and fry them on the stove with whatever oil that you use. And you might, if you don't do eggs, you might be able to use milk. You know, there's got to be some kind of moisture to be able to have like the flour to stick to it, so then when you fry it, and that is so delicious. So I don't know if you can eat those any other way, and I'm gonna probably get some of you hungry if you ever had those are delicious. So a lot of the squash family, you can take those flowers off, and by, you know, it's painful, like I like the flowers, but when you take the, you know, just like cleaning your house, when you know, you want to hang on those things, you know, like in your kitchen, items that you have in your kitchen, and, you know, now you don't use those things anymore, and it's just taking up space, see what I mean? And so like even like plants, like even, so I talked about even like tomato plants, you know, pull off more of the flowers, take the flowers off, you know, like have fun with it, and it's gonna produce more fruit. And strawberries, you know, you pick up the flowers, even flowering plants, you take the flowers off. There's certain plants with the flowers, you pull them off, like petunias, I believe that's what I'm thinking of, is you take more of the flowers off and it will give you more flowers. So you're gonna, it's actually gonna help you out later on, and it's gonna give you more fruit than what you would have had. And so this is about making space for 2026. So this is to make space for 2026 for new. Ooh, I got a bug or something on my toe. I got my one foot on my sneaker shoe and my one off. But you want to make space for 2026, and that's about letting go of things that are no longer serving you. It's not doing you any good, and I know what it's like letting go of kitchen items, Have you ever, I know you have, you want to go and buy some new kitchen toys. Starlight loved kitchen toys, which I'm thinking about going and getting kitchen toys somewhere. So I'm sorry, I'm seeing some stuff in front of me. So when you go get more kitchen stuff, then you're like, oh, where am I going to stick it in the cupboard? Well, you got to let go of some stuff so you can bring in new energy, new stuff, that's going to help you out. So letting go of old things, that you don't use anymore. And you got to go in each room, the living room, Some people, they do this, is that they decorate their house for every season, So there's a lot of people, they are so materialistic, they got all this stuff that they collect, and each, I know people right now, if they could do this, but that means that you got to get busy, is when it's fall, have your whole house look like fall, all this orange and leaves and pumpkins and all this, the whole, you got these boxes. Well, there's times that you want to let go of some of those things, and so you can have space for the new stuff that is coming. So it's great to let go of things. And Starlight used to hang on stuff so bad, like Christmas lights that that the lights blew. Starlight was so determined to make those babies work, so Starlight would spend hours. Starlight, yeah, why don't you just throw them away? But I could figure out which light bulb here is not, I got to figure out what light bulbs are not working, and they will be great. But I could have just, they were so cheap, I could have just gone out and bought, I should have let go of those light bulbs a long time ago, but then I had to pack it up, and put it somewhere for the winter months. I didn't have the space to pack all this stuff up somewhere. And that's what happens a lot with people. They get materialistic and they want to buy and buy and buy, but this is a time right now to go through, if you've been living a little messy right now, you don't want to be messy all the time. It's good now is a good time to clean up, freshen things up, get a new energy. And that's what I did today. I cleaned my car, at least I have to say half of my car in the inside is all clean. The windows are all clean. I cleaned all the doors out, some of it I couldn't do. It was a long process because I got stuff in my vehicles. The outside got cleaned, so this is a good, because the universe gives me messages. Starlight, you gotta, and I knew it, it's something that I'm like, God gives me the money, and once I get the money, hey, there you go, I can get my car cleaned up, head to toe. So it is good to, it feels better when you let go of things that you're just hanging on to, like in your bedroom. Ooh, yeah, the clothes, right? I got to do this on this journey here. I had clothes when I had a lot of clothes when I moved out of my apartment, and then I had to let go of some of them. And and it's hard. I love this top, I love this, and but you know what, I had to let go of some of those clothes so I can have more space to receive more clothes. God wants to bless me with new clothes so I don't wear the same clothes all the time. Imagine me all the time, and I did that for a long time. It's because I didn't make space so God would bless me with more, send me to places where, wow, I can go and get whatever I want in this thrift store, and then clean the clothes up, and then look at this, I got new, This I got actually on this journey here. I did not have this shirt, and my pants, actually, I never really wear these pants that I have on. So it's good to go through your closet. You probably got so much clothes in your closet that you can't stick. That's why you gotta let, those pants, you love those pants, right? I just let go a lot of clothes not too long ago at where I was located at. And it was funny, there was a homeless lady that was sitting on the floor. She was such a sweetheart. I'm like, would you like any of these clothes? And she was actually hanging on them because in the place, they only let you take so many clothes out for a month. I was like, really? These people are living on the street. You're only letting them have like, maybe 2 shirts and 2 pants and 1 pair of underwear, or a couple pairs of underwear and a couple pairs of socks, 1 pair of sneakers, 1 pair, for 1 month. So this lady knew that they didn't give you a lot. I was grateful for the clothes that I got in there, but so she wanted to hang on them. So when people went there to eat a dinner, she could say, hey, I got some women's clothes for free. You can have them. So it was so sweet is that I gave those clothes to her, and she wanted to be a blessing to other people. So you could be a blessing to other people by, donating these items. God will bless you when you let go of these items. And like I said, I made a video about being messy. You don't want to stay messy. It's better to focus on yourself and work on the inside, but you don't want to get so messy that it overwhelms you, to even be able to start. And if that's the case, I was a cleaner for years. So if that's the case, if you're overwhelmed because you got a little too messy, is what you want to do is one day, you don't want to overwhelm yourself, because I know what it's like. I know what it can be like with people when cleaning is not their favorite thing to do, but it's so important to be clean. Like making your bed every day. It's great. Having things clean is great. But there's times that, if you're overwhelmed with so much of that, to take a break. But this is the time right now is to start working on stuff. And sometimes you just work at a section at a time in your bedroom or in your house. One day, do one section. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. Don't try to do the whole house in one day. So like you can one day get all the laundry done. That's your day. That's it. Laundry's all done. Next day, because if you're busy doing a lot of work, and spending time with people or whatever you do, next day, hey, that's the day to hang all this stuff up and put things away. If you could do it that day, because some people do, they get overwhelmed. It causes so much stress. I know what it's like, because when I was a kid, that's how it was. Starlight got overwhelmed with doing my bedroom, and then later on I ended up having my own cleaning business. Figure that. So go in your house, go to each room, let go of things that you don't wear anymore. You love it, but you don't wear it. So let it go. Let it go. Say, I love this, but you're not wearing it. Let it go. Put it in a box, put it in a bag. There's a lot of places, if you got family, you want to donate it to, give it to, or like homeless shelters, those would be great places to find out, hey, or they got those boxes, those green boxes that you can put clothes in. It would be great if you could really donate to these clothes and items to places that collect it for homeless people. Or even veterans. There's people that, collect things, Salvation Army stores, they collect a lot of things, but there's a lot of times those boxes out in public that you can put clothes in there when you're like, hey, or if you want to sell your clothes, then of course, guess what? It's going to take a lot of work. God would bless you. This is where people screw up. God will bless you. If you just let it go, God will give you it all back, by giving it away and not getting all stressed out about wanting to get all the money back for those clothes. You're like, I only wore these pants, they were brand new. But if you let it go and just give it and be a blessing to somebody else, God is going to give you somebody's going to hand you clothes. You're going to get percentage off, at clothing stores. You're going to get money somehow or another. God is going to do something in your life and you're not going to expect it. And now you can get other stuff that you really would like to get. So go through your whole house. If you got a garage, wow. I've seen garages, what a mess. I've seen a lot of garages, a big ass mess. That's another thing. But you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Just go, at your own pace, items that, that was an X or some person that you're not with that person anymore, and they were toxic, they were bad people, they gave you a beautiful gift. Those are definitely things that you want to let go of, because that energy with that toxic person is there. So every time you look at that gift, that they gave you, you might love it. You're going to think of all the crap that they did to you, and that's why it's so important to let go of things that were, exes. You're not with the ex anymore. You want to let go of that. Don't hang on those things. That's why it's so important. There's a lot of people when it comes to breaking up, they want to hurry up and get everything they can from the person, but later on it's going to be the biggest downfall in your life, because you're taking all that energy into your space. So this is a time to cleanse your place up, but you want to, you don't want to get overwhelmed. So do sections at a time. If you are that person that just can't handle doing this, and then reward yourself. Say, I did such a great job. I spent 3 hours today. And you might have to be a little messy by doing it. Like, if one day you took all the stuff out of your closet, out of your drawers, and had a big pile in your room, hey, that's partly, that's part of it done. Next day, guess what? You don't have to fold the clothes. Just, you don't have, because these people they're just going to hang all this stuff. You could put it in a bag, you could put it in a box. You don't have to fold the clothes, because a lot of times people are going to clean those clothes anyway, and just donate it, or give it away to somebody, or if you want to sell it. And the other thing that you want to let go of is people that you don't want to bring with you in the 2026. If there's people that you have that have been giving you a hard time, like even in a relationship, you're going to want to let them go. Before I did this a while back, I made sure, I'm like, I'm letting go of these people before I don't want to bring them in the 2026. I'm letting them go. I'm letting them go because they're not helping me out. They're jealous. They want to control me. They want to, call me names, and so it's good to really let those kind of people go. So those are things that you really want to let go of before 2026, as far as things and people, especially items that people have, that those people were toxic people, those, maybe a complaining spirit. Like I met one today, I'm like out of here. I got to get out of here. Wasted my whole hour of my morning by just hearing somebody just complain the whole morning. Sorry, but I got to let you go. We're out of here, So those are kind of people that you want to let go of. If you are having issues with those people now, and if you already try to work on those relationships, you're going to not want to bring them into the 2026. You want everything being ready for a fresh beginning for 2026 to start. I love you so much. And really, it's a lot of work. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just do a section at a time. Go in your bathroom. How much cleaning stuff do you have? How about cleaning supplies and all this and that? Why do you keep on buying more cleaning supplies and more shampoo? It's great to stock things up and stuff like that, but there's people that do this. They have so much. You can donate a lot of that stuff to, like homeless shelters. You got a lot of shampoo. Find a place like a missions, rescue missions, in your town that could use some shampoo and some soap. You got so much that you don't even know what to do with it. And it's taking all this space, and it's all cluttery. So after you let all these things go out of your house, you're going to want to wipe things down. You're going to want to, section by section. Don't overwhelm yourself. So I love you so much. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, give me a thumbs up. And you can leave me a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. Plus, you could share my videos with your family or friends. And don't forget the notification bell. And check out my playlist. And you can also find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. Thank you for watching. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.